Yo, we're back. We're back, baby. It's Mr. Young.
What's up? And it's Foreign in the building, bro. It's been a couple of weeks, yo.
I know it's been 2 weeks, actually kind of 3 weeks if you think about it, right? But it feels good to be back. The crazy thing is though, and I don't know if you feel the same way, and this might be a negative implication on the pro wrestling scene as a whole. Like we didn't miss much, I didn't, huh?
No, even if it was draft day, also we kind of didn't miss much. I would say, like I said, whether it's a reflection of what's happening. But again, we took a very tactical break, bro. Right after the WrestleMania lull period, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
Absolutely. Let me say hello to chat, by the way. If you're here, please swing by and say hi. Fast Game is good to see you. As always, if you're listening to this on Spotify, wondering, what chat are you talking about? Well, we actually do this as a YouTube stream every single Tuesday at 12 o'clock, Singapore time.
Yeah, man, we try our best. Of course, as we get busy with our lives, And also, of course, if there is anything to talk about, it's all about wrestling. But I feel this is a great time to enter back right after the WWE draft, bro.
That is true. And, the past couple of weeks, like I've said, as it relates to Raw and SmackDown, and I guess you can kind of forgive them because they're leading up to like a new start with the draft, right? So you got that lull period. But then, bro, I tried to watch Dynamite. Man, I've completely given up on Rampage, by the way. Rampage is like zero. I don't even watch it in the background. I have other things to watch in the background.
Oh, okay.
Rampage, give up already, right? But Dynamite, I actually found myself trying to give it a chance and just... Hey, you know what? Maybe it's 2 weeks later, it's a new Mr. Young, but all I have to say is, this is for somebody. More power to them, this is not for me.
So you're saying that the longer you watch Dynamite, the more you feel like AEW is not for you?
No, absolutely not. Because, and this is conjunction with the latest A&E episode, the WWE rival show, right? When I watched the episode about Austin and Bret Hart, and if I'm not mistaken, it is the highest rated one so far, right?
Yes, I heard about it as well.
When I watched the episode, I was like, this is wrestling. This is two guys. Like, I mean, yes, their technical prowess is there, right? They're not diving off things. They're not visibly helping each other do moves. And it all just happened within the same week. I saw that. Then I saw the clips of the Kenny Omega Commander match. Then I went and watched the match. I was like, wow, wrestling has changed so much, and I'm gonna, at risk of sounding like James Cornette, it is not for the better.
Okay, what do you say to people who say like, oh, wrestling should be subjective? This is a different style. If you're into that, that's great. If you're into like the storytelling, that's great. What do you say to people like that?
Bro, some people are into trash content on YouTube. Some people are into documentaries. Some people are into big blockbuster movies. Some people can't stand them, only want to watch documentaries. There's something for everybody. Am I right? And
yes.
Here's the thing. I actually showed the match, right? Because, once again, I wanted to get a little bit more of a rounded view, right? To my colleague, Colin. Like, my previous co-host, Jackie, because she used to be a wrestling fan, she would still be quite receptive to it, right?
Yes.
Colin is your typical just man on the street. Any old fella, a normie, a muggle. He doesn't believe in the magic. I showed him that match. He was like, not after like 2 minutes, he stopped watching already. You can tell his eyes are elsewhere. He's not paying attention. And then he's like sarcastically laughing at some of the moves. And that's where I was like, well, there you go. That's why wrestling is down, because it's not real anymore.
Bro, we should make this a regular, like a regular part of the show. Every week, Mr. Young shows wrestling to random colleagues, see how they respond. I think that's a great segment, bro.
Yeah, I should film them, right, and get their real response. But it's crazy. Like, AEW right now, not all of it, but, well, the usual suspects, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. Whenever their matches come on, to me, it's like, this is the stuff that our friends used to make fun of us for watching wrestling. You know what I mean?
I put it this way, bro. Actually, now when I think back in retrospect, what appealed me to AEW was actually Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Cody Rhodes sold AEW to him because I think he talked about the revolution. I think his promo skills are great. Like, you felt this, you're part of something. I've always thought like the, Young Bucks were more of like this clique that was like perceived to be cool. You know, Bullet Club, they had that
Yeah.
Bullet Club cloud. That was interesting to me, but it wasn't a selling point.
No.
What sold me about probably the Young Bucks story in AEW was the fact that they wanted to create the best tag team division, because at that point in time there wasn't a tag team division.
Sure.
So when they came in and they promised all this, I felt pulled by it because of FTR.
Right.
The fact that they had FTR into the group. So you know what I mean? Like even Kenny Omega, what appealed to me about Kenny Omega was his mystique in Japan. But the mystique that was created is not really him per se, but it's because of the environment that New Japan provided to make him look like a star. I think even Jim Cornette also said when he was watching Wrestle Kingdom this year, like he looks more of a star in Japan fighting against Will Ospreay than in AEW, the own company that he like helped create. So what does that say about him?
Well, it says a lot about the booker more than him. If anything, I think Kenny Omega is just a soldier, right? He's just, okay, I'll do what I'm told. And obviously the Bucks have, Uncle Tony's ear, they whisper, whisper, whisper. And then we have what we have. I mean, what tag team division, am I right? Thank goodness now it's in the hands of FTR, hopefully. The Young Bucks, they are just going to be busy with their, three trios tag. Who is the trios champion even? I don't even know.
Isn't it the House of Black, right?
So inconsequential. Where have they been? Were they on the last Dynamite?
So the thing is, right, I thought they're going to go into a feud with the Elite or BCC. That would have kept them relevant. But for some reason, the champions got left out. Now it's become a feud between BCC and the Elite only.
Not only did the champions get left out, they are left out of the show completely, which is like, but we've talked about this ad nauseum as far as their booking is concerned, right? Wow, crown new champions, disappear for 2 months, and then all of a sudden show back up and lose the title. Hobbs. Remember when Hobbs won the TNT title, we're like, wow, so fast. Okay lah, at least they're giving Hobbs a push. And then he gets aligned with the, QT Marshall apparently is supposed to be the guy who's going to make him even more popular. With the worst backstage segments. Have you watched this QTV nonsense?
Of course.
Oh my, bro, this is the stuff that our friends used to make fun of us for watching. What is this fake shit that we're watching? This, oh my god, get rid of QT Marshall, for crying out loud. They're all sitting backstage, they're all acting. You're not acting, right? Like this just cringe theater. And I'm like, wow, there's so much talent, but they can't do shit with it. It is a sin.
Yeah.
It is a sin right now.
My issue right now with AEW is that the most interesting thing about AEW is whether CM Punk will return or not. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you tell me you just watch AEW just for the wrestlers and you're happy with that, great. But I tell you, you're in the minority.
Does this go to this short attention span video game? And I'm saying this as a gamer, right? Short attention span video game culture where it's like, you can switch on, pow, 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 lots of flashy things, cool moves, and okay lah, you walk away. You get your fill. Like popcorn, like eating popcorn, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, I feel like even if you watch an action movie, maybe it's like John Wick, like it's 1 hour plus, it's just action scene after action scene. But I feel like people like the lore, the stories behind John Wick.
Also, bro, John Wick, in between movies, how many years? You know what I mean? It's not like if you got a John Wick action series every week like this, then people will get bored. You know what I mean? But this is like once every few years.
And also to add on to that fact, is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
People watch the movie because Keanu Reeves, the character, the man, the cloud, whatever it is. But I just don't feel people want to watch a show. Even right now, to be honest, I don't watch a Dynamite because it's MJF. Like, MJF is a great star. He's compelling his own right. But he's not at the level where I'm going to watch anything MJF does.
No, you're absolutely right. He's just the champion and therefore he needs to have a segment, right? And can I say that currently the world title scene feels less important than a lot of the other bullshit that's going on? Even though it's held by the arguably most charismatic and most, high, not high profile, but biggest blue chip talent, as it were.
Correct. So this is proof, right? Like, as great as one star is, Hulk Hogan couldn't have done it alone. Yep. Stone Cold could have done it. I think if Stone Cold was like the top guy right now, right, he won't be as compelling because there's no Vince McMahon. Right.
Or there's no Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels. Yeah. I do like what he's doing with Darby Allin. I feel like the Sammy and especially Jungle Boy, every time Jungle Boy gets on the mic to try to talk back at them, like it's so obvious he's the weakest link.
Yeah, oh my god, poor Jungle Boy. We all know Jungle Boy is not he's not, he's at bottom of the four pillars in my opinion. Lah.
Bro, just make him heel and be friends with Christian Cage. I don't know, like I'm sure they can come out with some bullshit, but he needs a mouthpiece so bad, so bad, right?
Oh, just to bring up Rishi's point, you want to talk about how the four pillars storyline and that stupid one-off tournament is just terrible booking, my opinion, bro.
One-off tournament, and then there's this whole thing where he's paying Sammy so that Sammy will take a dive, right? But then will he really take a dive? And then on the latest Dynamite, even though Sammy won, Tony's like, no, y'all have a tag team match next week. Winner, if the good guys win, it becomes a four-way. I'm like, wow, this is so like
rabak, bro, rabak.
And it's so, isn't it very obvious what's going to happen? Like, all of us can see it a mile away.
Yeah. Like the baby faces are gonna win, and all four are gonna be in the match. So basically, we just went one long round to go back to the four pillars again, right?
Yeah, and once again, I think this could have been a great feud if it was just Darby Allin versus MJF, because Darby has been bringing it on the mic. Like,
actually, impressive, Darby's performances on the mic recently.
Very surprising, right? Like, okay, why not have Darby versus MJF? Sammy Guevara screws Darby, and then Darby can go on to have a long-ass feud with Sammy Guevara, because we all know none of the three other pillars are not ready for the championship. That's confirmed.
Can I say something that people might deem like, oh, that's an interesting take.
Okay.
But wouldn't you say Darby Allin at his age right now is a more well-rounded performer than Jeff Hardy was at this age?
I think yes, because he's had so much more input from veterans. I think like he's probably seen Jeff Hardy's career and how that went. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, and because I was just thinking to myself like, okay, Jeff Hardy insanely popular no matter what, forever over, right? And a lot of people compare him to Darby Allin, but I would say Darby Allin at this point in his career is putting on better matches, in my opinion. Has a more compelling character, and definitely has proven that he's better on the mic than Jeff Hardy ever was.
Yeah. Speaking of Jeff Hardy, he's of course back. Once again, kind of like everyone comes back. Speaking of coming back, Roderick Strong.
Yes, I wanted to mention that as well. Roderick Strong coming back. Does that make Bobby Fish the idiot in the group?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, but the thing is, when he came back, did you feel anything?
I feel like, hey, Roderick, what's up?
Okay, yeah, there he is. Okay, and then like, meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the point, right? His most compelling was in Undisputed Era, and he wasn't the mouthpiece. He wasn't like the main guy.
No.
So I don't know. Diamond Mine also, he didn't prove that he could be a leader.
No, and then suddenly he shows up at AEW. They become friends with what's that fella? The masked man.
Bandido.
Bandito Pocket. And Pockets, Bandito Pocket and Pockets, they should call them Bandito Pocket.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, freaking Bandito Pocket is now friends with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Like, huh? Okay.
It's random.
Talk about marriage and convenience, because the other two not around. No Bobby Fish and no Kyle O'Reilly.
I mean, like, if even Matt Riddle, marriage or convenience with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens still feels more like got link,
Well, that was because Solo Sikoa was the one who
took
him out for months. I mean, he was away for his drug rehab issue, but in storyline, it was Solo that injured him.
So if you say, like, taking into account everything that's happening in AEW, would you still want to pay money to watch Double or Nothing?
No. Honestly, I'm not saying I don't want to say I'm done with AEW, but like, times are tough. My insurance premiums are due this month. So,
this is Singaporean way of answering this question.
No, but this is real life. Like, we have things to pay for, right? And I'm not going to spend $30-$40 on a pay-per-view when most of the matches are like, haphazardly thrown together. I can probably find out the results. Anyway, AEW has made their viewing very like, highlight friendly anyway. So it's okay, I'll just see what happens on Instagram, on social media, can already.
Yeah, I think I watch most of my Dynamite nowadays on YouTube because they like literally upload full segments nowadays.
Yeah, that's probably the best way, because like I said, last 2 weeks, I've tried to watch it and it's just cringe after cringe after cringe. Okay, there are some bright spots. I exaggerate as I usually do, for effect, of course. But really, they're bringing back the Owen Hart tournament, aren't they?
Yes, correct. So actually, I kind of like this move better.
Sure.
They're not rushing it into Double or Nothing. So they're kind of spreading it out and actually having the finals on Forbidden Door. So make it like a 2-month. I like that, but of course, I have a very big fear of Tony Khan and tournaments.
Hey, Tovakin, what's up? Jason, good to see you as well. Tovakin says even the elite acknowledge that WWE has a better storyline going on. Well, I mean, okay lah, the bloodline literally carried all of 2022 and half of 2023, right? So where we go moving forward will be very interesting, and we'll get to it in just a bit. But once again, it's good to see everybody. I know we took 2 weeks off. Hopefully everyone's feeling good after the long weekend. By the way, if you haven't already joined our Discord, link is in the description. There's a link to our Patreon page as well. If you enjoy what we do, want to support us, the next step, take our relationship to the next step, baby.
Oh, speaking of relationships, like I had a run-in with Mr. Young as well on Sunday, bro, of all places.
Yeah, at the Hair for Hope launch event. Just a wonderful cause, by the way. Not a sponsor, but I was there, and they're doing good things lah. They're raising funds for the Children's Cancer Foundation, right? What they do is they go there, everybody shave botak to be in solidarity with kids who are going through chemo, cancer treatment, stuff like that. So if you want to know more information, you can always check out hairforhope.org.sg, and you can sign up to shave your head in solidarity or as a donation. Actually, you know what? Yeah, go there and donate.
Yeah, for sure. The funny thing is, none of us told each other that we were going to be there. So Young was hosting, and I was actually covering it and writing an article about it. And then we were like, hey, and then when we meet, we talk about wrestling. Bro.
Yeah. Well, at least we always have that. You know what I mean? No matter how.
You know what was so funny? What was so funny? Because I was thinking to myself, right, like going back, I was like, me and Young, right, we can talk about wrestling in any scenario, any place. And then we were just talking about WWE and AEW, right? Underneath the big statue of a Buddha, bro.
That's right, that's right. And somehow we talked about that, and then we linked it to our work situations. It's like, bro, it's crazy how the drama really reflects our real life. And that's why we enjoy it, the way we do.
Yes, for sure. So yeah, if on a positive note, as we're talking about the WWE draft going forward and throughout this show, please think about donating. I think it was a great cause, and me and Young donated on our part. So I just wanted to bring it up here for hope, so that as much as we talk crap about whatever's going on in wrestling, there is a silver lining, and do something good for the charity. Yeah,
absolutely. Once again, hairforhope.org.sg. Okay, talking about silver linings. One good thing about AEW. Let's go.
Okay, one good thing. You know what?
Before we move on, You
know what? I think people should actually sit down and take time to check out All Access.
Really? Okay. I haven't checked it out yet. From what I hear, Adam Cole looks like a really nice guy in it, but the ratings are the shits.
I mean, the ratings is like, NXT breaking ground or something. No one's gonna. It's not for ratings, but when I sat there. And when you, Mr. Young, I know you like your reality TV, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a more grounded reality. It feels more like what's that Ultimate Fighter? Is it like?
Oh, okay, Ultimate Fighter. Yeah,
that kind of vibe. I like because they had a lot of segments talking about wrestlers, which I feel needs to be highlighted and not given enough shine. So the one clip that I watched was so it was damn funny. Apparently, Ty Conti has beef with Ruby Soho. So this is apparently come from a legit background where Ruby Soho injured her nose at All Out last year. Broke her nose because of Ty Conti. And she was away for quite a while. And then apparently Ruby Soho is not happy with Ty Conti because this has happened before in NXT.
With Ty Conti?
So,
that's right. Ty, yeah.
Yeah, so Ty is like one of like the kind of lower on the card, or like one of more newer wrestlers, right? So Ruby Soho back in NXT took the time to guide her and teach her in NXT, but she was still a botch queen. So in AEW they were like, okay, let's try it again. Let's see everything is okay. And then she also broke her nose. So Ruby Soho was under the assumption like, is this girl out to get me or something? Yeah. So then the backstage scene was like Ty Conti was in the makeup room with Britt Baker, and then she was like, oh, I'm a bit scared today because Ruby Soho is back. So I think she might like come and confront me for what I did last time. And then Britt was like, so do you talk to her while she was injured in a way? And she was, no, not really. I'm like,
Oh,
so then I was like, oh, drama, interesting,
not
bro.
bad.
Like,
I-
yeah. So I don't know, like you can see them in a different light, lah.
Oh, okay, so basically what they're doing is the WWE Divas, that show lah, Toto Divas or Toto Bellas lah.
Yeah, Total Divas, but with all the wrestlers as well, not just the girls, lah.
Right. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it worked for like, I was a big fan of Toto Divas, as we
Yes,
all know.
guilty pleasure, right?
Guilty pleasure, absolute guilty pleasure. If it works and it gets, I don't know. Like, to me, Toto Divas had more star power. Like, I don't know how much
Of
star
course.
power we're talking about here. Like, here you got, you mentioned Britt, okay, fine, star. You got Soho and Ty Conti, not really.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
who are these
for sure.
people, right?
But I think another thing I like about the show was that they follow the storyline from basically the first episode started off right after All Out, where all the drama happened. So they follow like the Young Bucks storyline. They follow Adam Cole with his injury, and then they also follow. Remember there was a backstage altercation between Sammy and Eddie Kingston,
Yes.
and then Eddie Kingston got super angry and like got anger management and that kind of shit. They covered that, and I saw the episode where actually they both like had a sit down like during
Right.
in the empty arena in the bleachers, and they kind of like hash things out. Like those kind of things actually I don't mind because Eddie Kingston is really a character. The way he is, right, is really how he is in person. So when he
Right.
talks shit like backstage in shoots, it's also the same scary energy. So you would like
okay,
it, lah.
the main difference between WWE Total Divas and this show, right, is that
Mm-hmm.
Total Divas airs on a completely different network that is quite different in terms of demographic. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, correct.
Meanwhile, this All Access, whatever the hell it's called, it's literally the same network right after AEW.
It's the same fans.
So see, that's the problem, right? If they add this Total Access on a different network with a different demographic, then okay, I'd say that's a good positive note. But the fact that you are catering to the exact same fans, and plus, you can see the number of fans, the people that they already have plummet after the Dynamite goes off the air. I don't think that's a good sign.
Yeah. But then again, we're trying to find positives out of a haystack. So I'm saying like, if you ask me what's a positive, I would say All Access is actually it's like a sleeper hit. You might enjoy it for what it is.
You know what I'm the most looking forward to?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we often say that their wrestling is like playing video game, right?
Yeah.
At least got the video game going to come out soon, hopefully.
Is it coming out, bro? That's the main question,
Yes.
bro. When is it coming out?
It is coming out. I cannot say too much, but there will be certain meetings happening soon. So, yeah.
Ooh, Mr. Young,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
some exclusives, I hear.
Your bro hopefully will get a hookup for everybody here in the community. So, I cannot say too much, but akan datang, huh?
Okay, so another reason to make sure you all keep tabs on the podcast and watch every week. You never know.
Absolutely. Okay, let's jump to the WWE stuff. And look, we are going to have stuff to say about WWE as well. It's not just an AEW hate fest, okay?
Sure.
For the most part. Like, to what I said, the last 2 weeks of WWE has been very flat. Has been very, all right, we're all gearing up to the draft. So, before we jump into the draft, there's one thing I want to bring up. Can you guess what I want to talk about?
Well, there's two things I think we want to talk about before the draft, bro.
Arguably
Okay.
the funniest thing to happen while we were away.
Okay, what about the part about CM Punk appearing on Raw?
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna
Okay,
talk about that as well?
That wasn't it. CM Punk, he's just visiting friends, and I talked about it on my Twitch stream as well. Vince McMahon, so bad, sent him home. Hello, this is a contractual issue as well. If he's hanging around all day and people pick up on it, Tony Khan might sue sue WWE for contract tampering. Because, he's still under contract with AEW. So he cannot be
Yes.
seen hanging around with them.
Technically, yes, for sure. And also, I heard this news, right? Remember, they are supposed to have a meeting, like head-to-head meeting with CM Punk and like Chris Jericho, FTR, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So apparently, that meeting happened in Florida on the day of Raw last week. So what people saying is that they actually came and joined. Like he actually had a meeting, and right after the meeting actually flew to Chicago for Raw.
Okay.
So is there a correlation between the
Nope.
two things? Like did the meeting do well? No.
I think what it is he's very smart lah. He knows how to play the game, and he has friends in WWE. They're probably like, hey, why don't you come on over? And then he's like, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to stir the pot, right? He's not dumb. He knows how to play the game.
Yeah, for sure. And I think CM Punk is so smart in the sense that he's always going to show that he has options everywhere.
Yes,
so like,
exactly.
AEW also don't like play with his balls, like that.
But I mean, does it mean that he's coming to WWE? I don't think so. He's still under contract, and most likely he will headline Wembley, which is the only play AEW has to make that shit work. Like, I don't see any other, unless they sign Goldberg and John Cena. Even if they sign Goldberg, roll eyes, yeah.
For a fact, I'm gonna bet you, bro, my IRAS payment
what?
This month.
Your tax payment?
I got my bill payment I need to pay this year. Wow, check. I'll bet you that amount that Goldberg will appear in AEW just for this one of stadium show. I'm pretty sure,
bro. A lot of confidence. I like it. Okay, I don't want to know how much you make or how much you have to pay in taxes, but sure. That's that. What do you think is the other thing I wanted to bring up?
Okay, I'm gonna guess, but you say it's funny, so I don't think it's what I think.
Okay. What do you think?
Okay. You want to talk about the World Heavyweight title, the new one?
No. That's not funny. That's not. It's okay. The World Heavyweight title, very quickly. I think I'm gonna need some time to get used to it. It looks a bit weird. It's like the old big gold, but with the WWE logo sticking out. It looks funny to me.
Yeah. I love that it's the big goal, but I understand that they need to somehow slap that stupid ass symbol on the title belt. They cannot run away from it, bro. They're marketing, bro.
It looks very obtrusive, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe like I said, I probably need some time to get used to it. I hope that Cody Rhodes is not the first person to win it, because it makes him look like a joke. Because this fella, he was handed the Royal Rumble, he couldn't do it at WrestleMania, so we give you a consolation prize. It makes him look really bad if he ends up winning this. It needs to be somebody else.
I agree. And also, I feel like if they're really serious about keeping the roster separate, having Cody Rhodes on Raw and still losing the title, right, and not winning this inaugural championship keeps the storyline with Roman going.
Yes.
Still, in my opinion, yeah.
But I have a very real fear, bro, that somehow at some point he will win, and then he needs to have that face-off with Roman. Then WrestleMania 40, Cody versus Roman, all three titles on the line.
Oh my god, unify again. Unify, split, bro. We are like a very terrible toxic relationship, bro.
Cannot, bro, cannot. I don't know why I have this very bad feeling that might happen. But okay, that's the draft. What I wanted to bring up is the lawsuit, bro.
Oh, the lawsuit.
Okay, so this, you couldn't write this, right? And part of me is wondering, okay, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, a former writer of the WWE has apparently sued the WWE for, do you know the exact, reasons they're suing?
I'd probably say discrimination.
But here's the thing, nothing in what they've claimed is that, I've been discriminated against. It's, these are the ideas that they've pitched and they are discriminatory. You know what I mean? This person, I don't think in any of the stuff that I've read has said that I was discriminated against. Rather, I didn't like the ideas that were being put forth because they were, they're quite frankly effed up lah, okay? Let's go through some of these alleged ideas that the writers came up with. And okay, let's be clear, this is not like wrestlers in the back being boys. These are actual writers, because we all know they have Hollywood writers, right? So the ideas, apparently she didn't like that Bianca was made to speak a certain way to enforce African-American stereotypes, right? That's one. Apollo with the Nigerian accent.
Oh, they definitely got green lighted.
Yeah, but hey, if it's his roots, do you see that as discriminatory?
Well, all I can say is everything that she says seems to be blown out of proportion, my opinion.
Do you think it's one of those, I feel like a boomer saying this, but do you think it's one of those Gen Z things where I don't like any of this,
everything is offensive to them, or is it? They get easily offended? Is that the thing?
Right? Yeah, exactly. And then, okay, But there was this one, Reggie. You remember Reggie, right?
Of course, Reggie. Yeah.
Somebody pitched that he would be a cross-dresser.
Oh.
And then she said that was pushing negative stereotypes of African Americans. But I'm like, cross-dressing is got nothing to do with race, what? Like, I don't understand that.
Okay, what about the one where apparently Duke Hudson was supposed to have like a hunter gimmick, and then he was supposed to hunt black wrestlers?
Okay, yeah, that one is quite F lah. That was quite effed up lah. No, but the most effed up one and logically doesn't even make sense one. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Which one, bro?
Our Mansoir. The pitch apparently was that Mansoir would have been revealed to be one of the planners of the 9/11 attacks. Like, who? What?
Okay, this is so dumb, right? Like on all perspectives, bro. Like, okay, me as a Muslim, right? I don't even find it. I'm not even offended. I fucking laugh because this is so dumb.
Yeah. At 9/11, he would have been 5 years old. So yeah. Okay, the 5-year-old was involved. Good luck selling that story, right?
He think he boss baby, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he. But it's like half of these, discriminatory ideas. I'm thinking, is it they're all just fucking around and then just come out with bullshit ideas? Because when you're throwing around ideas, sometimes you make inappropriate. They are inappropriate. Let's be very clear, right? But sometimes you throw out stupid ideas while you're brainstorming, right?
Correct. No, like, for example, if you're talking about a bunch of comedy writers, like, if you imagine somebody like Conan, or like freaking, like, I don't know, like Jimmy Fallon or like Dave Chappelle, they're sitting down, they probably talk the most racist, most fucked up shit to each other just to like bounce off of ideas, right?
Yeah, just to see what sticks, what hits. Funny, they in the comedy world, they say funny is funny, right? But yeah, I feel like that is what happened, and then they just took offense to it. Apparently, she was also fired for taking the WrestleMania 38 souvenir chair. That was the best. I'm like, really? Okay, that seems like
needs to get fired.
That seems like a corporate needs an excuse to fire you, so we're gonna use that as an excuse. We just don't like you because you complain too much.
Okay, the funniest thing to me about the entire situation was, if you read the lawsuit, right, one of the damages that she wants, right, is to be reinstated back in her job.
Wait, yeah, exactly. If this place is so toxic, why you want to be hired back? That's dumb, right? Like,
so what? You need the money, or so why you talk shit and sue them? I don't get it.
The whole lawsuit just doesn't make any sense. That's why I said it was funny, right? Yeah, she said that she wasn't treated fairly, but none of the examples showed that she wasn't treated fairly. The examples were all bad ideas. That's it.
Bad ideas from bad creative.
So that's why I read the whole thing. I was laughing my ass. I was like, what? Oh my God. Oh,
but then again, like, I don't know why in America, like, everything also must sue. Everything must find a reason to throw a lawsuit.
Well, the US is the most litigious country in the world, So, I mean, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, also, it's like, wow, best.
Really want to rely on the US justice system to like solve the issues? I don't think so.
No. Well, I mean, if anything, it gives you a glimpse into the creative writing process and how effed up it can be.
Yeah, and this is, I'm assuming, is Vince there? If Vince is part of this creative process, probably he might be the one also talking about, encouraging it, right?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, I don't know lah. Maybe like they're probably told to try to push the envelope, but then what ends up being on our screen may not be the original idea. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I mean, in creative exercises, I don't know if you guys have done this before at your job or whatever, right? There's this thing called like, okay, there's a creative process where every idea is on the board. That's the first step, to generate ideas. Then after that, the second step is put on the black hat. It's like white hat, black hat. White hat, everything out there. Just pitch. Then the black hat is like, okay, this one cannot because this one cannot. That's how you generate ideas. If you go into a creative process with the black hat first, right? Like, oh, this cannot, that, you cannot create creative ideas. So that could be a thing. I'm not trying to defend them, but that's what I'm saying. Sometimes creative process do be a little bit nuts.
But I have another suggestion for the creative team to solve all their problems. You don't need to think so much going forward, bro.
What?
Just use ChatGPT lah.
No, higher kick to the gut, bro. To write the stuff.
Yeah.
That's why.
We are your ChatGPT, bro. Like, our knowledge is just like blah blah, bombing it all out.
Okay, maybe your knowledge, you are encyclopedic. I just anecdotal only. Okay, are you ready for the draft, my friend?
Yes, finally, after all the preamble, after all the foreplay, let's
Yeah.
dive right in.
Oh, the foreplay. Okay, here we go. Let's very quickly take a look at the SmackDown draft that happened. So who's very good point. AEW all white hat. Yeah, exactly. Everybody just do what they want.
Just go with it, bro. Just go with you.
No black hat, all white hat. Okay, here we go. So WWE draft, right? The number one draft pick, making all the sense in the world. Roman Reigns stays on SmackDown with Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. Okay, so the bigger story here is they were drafted as a team of three without the Usos. So they're trying to create more tension with the Usos. What do you think?
It's funny because of course I saw the results today, and I don't know whether should I tell you now because the Usos also was drafted to SmackDown eventually.
Yeah.
It was announced on Raw. So I was thinking whether they wanted to put some seeds of like, oh, okay, why are they drafted separately? Is there a reason?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, lah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, looking at what happened today, they weren't planning to break them up. It's just to sow the seeds of dissension. Like, oh, you guys are not champions, so you're not with us.
Yeah,
you know?
I like hearing when on social media they said actually the first draft technically this year is Paul Heyman.
Because he was named first, right?
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, he's MVP of the past 2 years also. So
Oh yeah, he is for sure.
second draft pick going to Raw, Cody Rhodes. So no change in the main event scene.
Yeah, like the top faces, and I like it. I know a lot of people is like, I don't understand why Cody is not on the same show as Roman, but I feel like they can still respect the draft if they choose to respect the draft.
Sure.
Keep them separate.
Yeah.
Let Cody contend for the world title, but still fail. And then when all hope is lost, last chance resort. You know what they do, right?
What?
Money in the Bank.
Oh, yes, you're right. Then he can challenge for whichever title he wants.
That is the loophole, bro, guys. That is the loophole that I think might happen. Money in the Bank, and then he wins, challenge SummerSlam. That's my early prediction.
There's still Survivor Series. Past few years, they've been doing the brand versus brand Survivor Series, champion versus champion.
Yes, correct.
So, I mean, Cody Rhodes, of course, like you said, separated from SmackDown, from Roman Reigns, rather. Great idea. Number 3, here's the interesting one. Bianca Belair. We have her coming over to SmackDown.
Bringing her Raw Championship as well.
Which is like, okay, they did this the other year already, Law. Remember, they had to do a title swap in the middle of the ring, Charlotte and Becky. And then this is essentially the same thing, because I know we're jumping ahead, but Rhea Ripley stays on Raw, right?
Yeah. So I clearly, I don't know whether they're going to do a title swap, because a lot of people forget. They also did a title swap for the New Day and Street Profits in 2020 as well.
Yeah.
I am of the opinion going forward, can we don't call the titles by the show names? You know, can we call it like, I don't know, like the World Women's title or like the Universal, whatever it is, so that when they change titles, it doesn't affect their storylines.
Yeah. Or one is called the Women's Champion, the other one is called the... You think of another name.
The female champion.
Because, I mean, on the men's side, you can have Universal and... Why not just Women's Universal Championship? Women's World Championship?
Yeah, like with WWE Women's Championship, WWE Women's Universal Championship. I don't know.
A lot of words already, bro. A lot of words. I also blur. Maybe, okay, there is something very simple to just saying, oh yeah, SmackDown Champion, Raw Champion, you know?
Yeah, I get it. But again, this is going to be the issue that AEW faces when the TNT title is only wrestled in TBS, and the TBS title is only wrestled in TNT, and then when suddenly kena kick out from Warner Studios, the entire title lineage all changed.
I know we moved on from AEW, but did you know there was a battle of the belts recently?
I know, and no one cared.
No one cared. Nobody was like, wow. This is anyway. Okay, let's move on then. Street Profits come to SmackDown. They definitely needed a change of scenery, right?
Yeah, but they didn't split them out. Very interesting. What do you think about that?
I'm surprised. Maybe they are pushing the tag team division a little bit more. I mean, but here's the thing, and I know we're jumping ahead again, but the Usos remain like unified champions, and they are. No, not Usos. Sorry, the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, right? So they got drafted to Raw, but they have both sets of titles, so they're gonna bounce back and forth. Like,
are you gonna split the titles, or are they gonna go? You know, like you said, Raw and SmackDown and defend it regularly.
Bro, SmackDown, they unveil another set of tag team titles.
Oh my god, the World Heavyweight Tag Team titles.
Oh shit. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, okay.
It'll be interesting to see where they go with that. Okay, the whole Imperium got moved to Raw.
I like this a lot. Because I think Gunther kind of like have beaten everyone that he needs to beat on SmackDown.
Yep.
And I think Raw gives him a couple of interesting options, in my opinion, to play around with.
I agree with you. But the second he moved with the IC title, you know what's happening to the US title.
Yes, and it has been proven right as well on Raw, right?
Yeah. They always do that. Okay, Edge coming home to SmackDown. I'm like, I thought his contract runs out, first of all. And second of all, he's kind of like that veteran where he can show up anytime, anywhere, right?
Why didn't he get free agency like the rest?
Yeah, like some of them who did get free agency.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, in hindsight, I like this move because technically, ever since his return in 2020, he has appeared exclusively on Raw. Did you realize that?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think him coming back home to SmackDown, I think where the Rated R Superstar was born, I like it a lot as well.
Okay. Matt Riddle is on Raw. I mean, yeah, like he needs time to establish himself, re-establish himself, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about people who are like on Raw, but then they kind of drafted back to Raw? Do you like that concept?
I mean, it happened with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. I'm okay with it, it is what it is. You can't have everybody swap back and forth,
Yeah, I mean, so I think last time it was like they can pick 5 draft picks from Raw, then go to SmackDown and the other way around. But yeah, I would say I like Riddle on Raw. I feel like his story is not complete. So yes.
Plus, he has that connection with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, blah, blah, blah. Bobby Lashley going to SmackDown. I think he's done all he can do on Raw, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's carried Raw since Hurt Business, pandemic days.
But poor Bobby, he's really become this generation's Big Show. Face, heel, face, heel, face.
I
whatever suits the moment. No, because he's a face now.
Yeah, but he wasn't was he a heel on no, he wasn't a heel. He was a heel with Brock Lesnar, is it?
Yeah, he was a heel with Brock Lesnar. Then somehow I forget, he's turned so many times I've forgotten already.
Oh my god, yeah, okay. But the point is, Lashley, I think, was disrespected in WrestleMania. The fact that the fucker come out to WrestleMania just to wave people's head because he win the Andre Giant Battle Royal.
Hold his trophy. Yeah, that's it, right?
Poor fella, yeah. So I hope he gets a refresh on SmackDown. And, Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns is a fresh matchup, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It could be one of those, side quests, because we all know Roman's not losing his title anytime soon.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, going to Raw. A bit of a homecoming. Remember when he got drafted to SmackDown, we were like, oh, this is a fresh move for him. Is it quite as fresh now going back to Raw?
Well, to me, he did his best work on Raw. Like, he won the WWE Championship on Brock Lesnar as a head of, the face of Raw. When he returned to WWE, remember, in 2017, 2018, he was paired up with Dolph Ziggler and he had a lot of battles with The Shield that was on Raw.
Yep.
He retired, he kind of defeated Kurt Angle soundly. That was on Raw.
Yep.
So I think he will definitely be a big part of the main events here, especially if he's challenging for the World Championship in that tournament.
I was about to say, can you see him as one of the front runners for that new vacant championship?
Yeah, honestly, I think I can, and I think if he cuts a promo on Raw, he can talk about the injustices he felt. He never had a chance to have a proper reign in front of fans, and that's really unfair to him. So yeah, this could be his title. And bro, for a fact that title will look damn good on Drew McIntyre, bro. Come on.
Sure. Jason says Bloodline storyline with Sammy ended via a draft. So lame. Well, I mean, to be fair, he already had his ending. He won the tag team titles. That was his ceiling. He was never going to beat Roman Reigns for the World and Universal Undisputed Championship. Let's be really honest here.
But to be fair, remember 2-3 months ago, I can literally screen grab this podcast, bro. You were just give Sami Zayn the title. Come on.
No. But you see, the moment has passed. It's absolutely... WrestleMania was the moment. Anything after that just seems like, what the hell are you doing, right?
Yeah. I get it. I mean, maybe at that point in time in your life, right, you could have gotten that one girl. Just at that moment, the timing perfect. But then now the time has passed and now she's pregnant with another person's wife. You know what I mean?
Bro, I love the real life analogies, bro. Hitting us where it hurts. Okay, let's
completely had no relation to my life story, but I'm just saying as an example.
Sure. The OC moved to SmackDown. Okay, I didn't even know AJ Styles was back.
Yeah, it was unannounced.
What?
He just appeared.
Okay, why? Why are they disrespecting AJ Styles like this? Like, he literally showed up at SmackDown. Like, there was no buzz, there was no AJ is coming back soon, nothing. It was just, and being drafted to SmackDown, the OC. Like, huh? I didn't know he was back.
The problem is, right, the OC should have come out, the three of them first, and then say, hey, we didn't get drafted alone, and then they play AJ Styles music. Because they played the OC's music, and then suddenly AJ Styles joined them also, so it's very weird.
Yeah, he felt like an afterthought, which is very sad, because we all love AJ Styles, right?
Yep. And the best part is, they beat up, like, Viking Raiders within, like, I don't know, 10 seconds. And then after they got beaten up, we found out that Viking Raiders drafted to Raw. So, even more poor fellow for them.
It's, I don't know. Okay, let's move on then. We got The Miz staying on Raw, that's fine. Damage Control moving to SmackDown. This could have been the opportunity to break them up. I guess they're not going to break them up. I'm kind of like, meh, I don't care about that, right?
Are they giving them a chance, like a second chance to make it work on SmackDown perhaps?
I don't know. Shinsuke Nakamura goes to Raw. Okay, I don't know what happened to Karrion Kross. Did he get drafted to Raw?
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay, well, so they can continue.
So they will
feud,
continue their feud, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I believe they did, right? Let me double confirm, because I was just looking at Raw's result. If Urfi is here, she would know.
No, Karrion Kross and Scarlett stay on SmackDown, bro. I'm looking at the results.
So, yeah.
I guess it was a 1 week feud.
It wasn't a 1 week feud. Poor guys.
Wow, stupid, yeah. Well, okay, anyway.
Maybe they will have the blow up on Backlash, right? Or I don't know whether they announced it or not.
Okay, so it's a short-term feud, I guess.
But I like it because apparently when I saw Raw today, Shinsuke was a guest on Miss TV. And it looks like, Miz is picking a fight with Shinsuke as well. So maybe he's moving on to new and better things on Raw.
Hopefully. Let's talk about the two call-ups from NXT. So Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the NXT Women's Champions, got called up to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Did you see they've been reigning champions for a while already. Did you see the showdown that they had with Kaden Carter and Katana Chance?
I saw.
Wow. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter cannot promote, yeah. Oh my god.
Bro, they also got drafted on Raw, bro. So
What?
they are like they got drafted on the main roster. So it's like they're gonna continue their feud on the main roster, I guess.
No, but they are going to Raw. Not
No, that's the
SmackDown.
thing. Oh, sorry, Alba Fire went to SmackDown, but then the Kaden and Katana go to Raw, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they are on different brands. But didn't they challenge each other on NXT for the titles?
Yeah, which is tomorrow. So even if, for example, the other party wins the title, both are still gonna end up on the main roster.
They can just swerve and make it a triple threat and some other team win. Maybe Toxic Attraction come back together. I don't know, whatever bullshit lah. I guess we'll have to watch and see.
Probably, yeah.
Indy Hartwell is also going to Raw actually, and she's the NXT Women's Champion. So is she gonna bring the title there? We'll see.
Yeah, interestingly, the Way was on the Raw for all of 1 week because Austin Theory got drafted to SmackDown. So, I guess Dexter and Indy can reunite and have their love affair on Raw. That's the plan, right?
All right. So there were a few more announced on a Saturday morning. Viking Raiders going to Raw.
Yep.
Maximum Male Models. Do you know where they go?
They went to Raw as well.
They went to Raw. Okay, I think I'm looking at the Raw list then because it doesn't say Candice LeRae, Dexter Loomis, Apollo Crews getting his second call up.
Oh yeah, poor guy. So he went back down to NXT. Now he's getting a second chance on Raw.
I guess Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, Joey Stark, JD McDonald's going to Raw. Hit Raw and Lacey Evans going to SmackDown.
Well,
or staying on rather.
Staying on SmackDown, poor guys.
Nobody
but funnily enough, right? I thought that the fact that do you hear the news that Mustafa Ali is a free agent?
Okay, so I'm looking at the free agent list now. It's Omos, Mustafa Ali, Dolph Ziggler, and Von Wagner. When I look at this free agent list, you know what I see?
What?
The jobber list.
The future endeavored.
Oh, no, not the future. I feel like they are just there to bounce in between brands when they need somebody to take a loss to make someone else look good.
Poor Dolph Ziggler, bro.
Yeah, but okay. Having said that, Omos is in this list. So what is he going to travel between shows, beat up people?
No,
he doesn't make anybody look good.
So in storyline, I think they explain it on the after show.
Yeah.
MVP apparently negotiated Omos having a free agency so that he can appear wherever he wants.
Okay, to be fair, Brock Lesnar is a free agent as well, so he's in that category, in that bracket.
Sure. I mean, it's the bracket of I'm so big, no one wants to mess with me. What can you do about it?
Sure. All right, let's move on to the Raw picks, okay? That happened today. I haven't even watched Raw yet, but I saw all the results on social media. Rhea Ripley stays on Raw, and like we predicted, US champion Austin Theory goes to SmackDown. This is the right decision for Rhea Ripley, right?
Right decision for Rhea Ripley. I think the right decision for Austin Theory as well, because it puts Austin Theory in SmackDown underneath Roman Reigns. I like that he has that potential to be, if he ever turns babyface in the future.
Right.
There you go.
And of course, we keep Rhea Ripley strong, away from Bianca Belair. Like, that's the other pairing that you do not want them to meet until the big, Survivor Series or WrestleMania moment where they unify, right?
Yeah. Interestingly, what this means for Judgment Day, huh? Judgment Day, all of them are on Raw.
So, did they? Oh yeah, they did stay. Wait, I see the Judgment Day were drafted number 7 to Raw. So Judgment Day did not get drafted together with Rhea Ripley.
Yes, correct. So
that's saying a lot. That's the company saying Rhea Ripley is bigger than all of the Judgment Day.
Well, technically she is already right now. Come on, she's the star of that group.
Why didn't they just announce the first draft pick, Judgment Day, make everybody look good? Why they must make Finn Balor and Damian Priest and Dom look bad?
I mean, you got to spotlight Rhea. Rhea is the number one girl in the company. And if you realize, I like this Raw's, how they divided the rounds. Like, one round was specifically for the women's champions, if you realize. So, like, Charlotte got moved to SmackDown, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins will stay on Raw.
So we have the man, Becky Lynch, the husband, Seth Rollins, all on Raw as well.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, lah. And, okay, Charlotte Flair coming to SmackDown, but then again, she's going to be away for a while. So it probably doesn't mean much, honestly. She will probably sort of just chill and then once in a while show up.
Yeah, but I think Bianca hasn't had like a proper match or rivalry with Charlotte Flair. Maybe. So that could be a future feud, throughout the summer if Charlotte returns.
If anything, Charlotte can come back as a heel and, really put Bianca at under threat, lah. And we all know Bianca needs legitimate, competition to make her better. I
agree, for sure. So, I would say this draft did a good job in balancing out the women's roster, in my opinion.
Sure. Zayden says probably champions are drafted individual, but no. Roman Reigns was drafted together with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. So, is how they want to portray certain people, certain
these
groups.
are all their loopholes, lah.
They're just telling a story. No, and then, some people are like, okay, maybe they can't draft more than 3 people or 4 people. Then you got the entire LWO, Rey Mysterio, the Santos Escobar and his 2 fellas, I can't remember their names, and Zelina Vega, all going like 5 people in one group. Gonna drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, so the number 1 contender for the women's title, Zelina Vega, was drafted as a group, but the women's champion was drafted as his own person. So
none of this makes sense. They're just doing whatever the hell they feel like it. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez stay on Raw, but this is the Women's Tag Team Championship, so isn't this defended on both shows also? I don't know, who cares? Those titles don't mean shit. Asuka moving to SmackDown. Breath of fresh air?
I mean, Asuka has always done better on SmackDown. I think that was the one time where she actually was undefeated, remember? Before she lost to Charlotte Flair. I mean, whatever happened on WrestleMania kind of like ruined her momentum already.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
New Day on Raw. The New Day kind of played out, to be honest.
The New Day, the only thing they're relevant for, I think, to me at this point in their life is to put over other talents and to play video games.
And just have fun. Like, I mean, the second the music hits, people pop. So, they probably still sell a lot of merch. They attract the kids, so why not, right?
Yeah, I got a quick question. Rey Mysterio, LWO on SmackDown, Judgment Day on Raw. Are they ending the Rey Mysterio-Dominic feud?
I guess. Maybe separate them for a while. Because it technically reached its peak at WrestleMania, right? You had Rey spank Dominic and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I think, it's reached its conclusion already, to be honest. There's no real, where else are you going to go with it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we shall see.
Aaliyah versus Rhea, no?
Aaliyah versus Rhea. I mean,
Aaliyah Mysterio, bro.
Oh, not Aaliyah, like Aaliyah. Right?
That Aaliyah, she disappeared already lah.
Oh,
Nobody knows
yeah.
where
I like
she
her.
is.
I like. I mean, she's injured, I believe. Yeah, but
She's terrible. Anyway,
I know you're gonna stop talking shit about her.
well, I don't know what you like about her. Probably, has nothing to do with her wrestling ability or her promo skills.
For sure.
Let's move on. Brawling Brute stay on SmackDown. Okay, whatever. Trish Stratus stays on Raw. Okay, wait. Isn't Trish Stratus like legend contract or legend status? Why is she being drafted?
Is she like the age equivalent? Like you need one legend that is a permanent fixture on one of the shows or something?
I guess she's back full time, huh?
I mean, clearly they have to play out their Becky Lynch rivalry, right? That hasn't even started yet.
Can I say that I've just not been very impressed with her being back on the mic? Like her promos have never been her strong point to begin with.
Can I admit something to you?
Sure.
So when Trish Stratus came back, she did the promo, right? I was like thinking, when was the last time she actually cut like a long, like 20-minute promo? So I searched on YouTube, right? Trish Stratus promo. You know what I found?
What? Some Brian Panty shit,
Bro, it's all the promos of her cutting a promo about her obsession with the table. Remember?
What?
Remember she had a feud back in the Attitude Era with Bubba Ray Dudley?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then Bubba Ray was so transfixed because I think Trish Stratus was doing all this backstage segment where she was seductively touching the table. You know what I like about this table? It gets hard. You know, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
So there was like 3 or 4 segments of this on Raw that played out.
Yeah. No.
So like that the title of that whole YouTube video was Trish Stratus' best promo segment.
Which is very sad, actually. Yeah, you think back, right? Trish was never really a promo person either. Neither was she or Lita. Like, she was good in angles and storylines that could play out, right? But not in the middle of the ring talking for 5 minutes. Like, and they've been making her do that recently, and it's just been very, like, blah. Like, oh, okay, like, I'm bored already.
But I don't blame her because in her era, her environment, she never had that opportunity. So
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So like the wrestlers of this today is definitely a miles better in that sense.
Sure. Let's move on. Then Karrion Kross and Scarlett, we mentioned, stay on SmackDown and job around. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey move to Raw.
Interesting.
What have they even been doing lately?
Well, the fact that they're in a tag team means they should be fighting for the tag team titles, right?
Right. So, okay, Shayna and Ronda versus Liv and Raquel. I mean,
Makes
I
sense
guess
for their own, right?
that's interesting. And Liv and Ronda have had, history before. So,
Quick question. Has Rhea ever had a one-on-one feud with Ronda Rousey?
I don't think so.
That's a fresh matchup.
Yeah. Until this could only happen if they turn Rhea face or something like that lah.
Yeah.
But,
you can't be as Ronda as a babyface.
No.
For sure.
But the funny thing is they got drafted as a tag team, which, I mean, says a lot about like how I don't want to say devalued Ronda Rousey, but remember a time when she was headlining WrestleMania and she was this big crossover star? If she was supposed to be the Brock Lesnar, then she should be a free agent. She should be like, show up whenever, wherever. Like, I don't know if this is her being nice, want to be friend with Shayna Baszler. So, okay, we be a tag team. I help promote you as well, right? But it is, to me, making Ronda Rousey look cheap. And she got drafted at number 15, bro. Number 15.
Bro, there's 2 ways to look at it. Either Ronda is trying to play nice and becoming like, like humbling herself down and like, okay, I'm going to be just part of the roster.
Yeah.
Or she just has been so overexposed or people have suddenly realized that she's not really that good in this wrestling thing. And they're like, okay, never mind. Let's just hide her.
But you see, that's the thing, right? Then it is incumbent on the writers or the bookers to play to her strengths. Don't have her show up all the time. Have her only show up, be dominant and leave, like how they did when they initially brought her in, right? Like how they do with Brock Lesnar. She's literally the female version of Brock Lesnar, if you think about it. But they haven't been portraying her as the Brock Lesnar. They've been portraying her as just some rando, just comes out with Shayna Baszler. I don't know. I feel like they are doing her very dirty here.
Do you think her most recent title reign was so bad? Like the fact that she couldn't even pull out good matches with other wrestlers and all that they're like, you know what? I think it's a mistake to spotlight her. She needs more seasoning.
No, I don't think so. She is an attraction. She is not a like a person who's going to be there for 10 years and then, a good hand. No, she's not that. She's an attraction. She should be treated as an attraction. But now you've taken the shine completely off the attraction. Now she's just one of the wrestlers. That's it. And you've spoiled her vibe completely.
She'll never be the big star or mainstream star that she was in UFC. Let's just be honest. And
she was. And then they, I think maybe she's just not as a good negotiator as Brock.
Maybe. Or, I don't know.
Because we all know that Brock is negotiating himself into these incredible situations, right?
Who will try to screw over Brock Lesnar? I mean, come on.
who would try to screw over Ronda Rousey? But apparently, it's been happening. LA Knight.
Oh, my God.
On SmackDown. I don't know what it is, man. If he's he's gonna punish for something, or they just see him as too old. But he's been doing so. He's been getting pops. He's over with the crowd. I thought maybe moving him to Raw, he'll get a fresh start. But no, it seems like he's just gonna stay on SmackDown.
Well, last week he actually got a victory on Raw. On SmackDown, I mean.
Over who?
So, I believe it's either Corbin or somebody else. Someone needs to correct me, but he wrestled on SmackDown last week and he won. He got a victory.
Meh. I mean, he's been losing to Xavier Woods, and I mean, no disrespect to Xavier Woods, but it's not like Xavier Woods has been portrayed as some sort of upper mid card world beater, right? So, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, we all love him. Like, the fans like him. Mm-hmm. His music is great, bro. Every time I listen to his music, I think of GTA for some reason. Yeah, it's such a vibe. And then, like, his promos are there. And I feel he's like the kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
No matter how shitty the situation, somehow he can still get himself over. It's like a very bad Dolph Ziggler skill set that he probably would have inherited.
Bad as in, you mean it's good for everybody else but himself. He makes everybody else better.
Yes, correct.
And that's why he will always have a job, but he'll never be the number one.
Put it this way, bro. Austin Theory, LA Knight, US title feud.
Ooh, I like that. You just turn him face. Like, he's already getting cheers, just turn him face. Just have him be brash and entertaining and go up against. I like it. That's a good idea, bro.
Bro, I would say now he's only 40, 41. I say within 5 years, right? I think he might even just have one title run. At least one time becoming champion. He has it in him.
We'll see. Braun Strowman and Ricochet move over to Raw. I mean,
as a tag team.
The tag team is growing on me. It's quite fun. And then this Braun Strowman throwing Ricochet around. So I'm like, okay, quite fun. Okay, I'll take it. They're fun.
I don't know whether you saw last week's match. Damn funny. So remember a few weeks back, they botched the throw, right?
Yeah, so Braun threw Ricochet, supposed to be at one of the Vikings, but he threw him short, so he landed at the Vikings' foot. Like, hey, when you throw like a sack of rubbish in front of me.
And the Vikings still sold it.
Yeah, like,
yeah, so, but what happened was the last week on SmackDown, I think they were doing they cleared the ring, and then the Vikings was on the floor, and Braun, without thinking, straight away was gonna grab Ricochet to throw him, and Ricochet was like, wait, relax.
Yeah,
and then it was so funny because they were going into commercial break. Like when that happened. Strowman was telling Ricochet, no, don't worry, trust me, I can do it, and he actually finally threw it.
Yeah, I love the interaction, and they played off what happened last week. It's a fun segment,
Yeah.
It's not outrageously AEW scripted, obvious cooperation. Anyway, let's move on.
Quick question. Do you think Triple H is putting Braun Strowman a bit in the doghouse a bit because of his comments about the flippy shit, and then give him the flippiest shit wrestler on SmackDown?
No lah. I think what it is they just want to see where else they can put him. They've had him run at the main roster, the main event scene for so long already. Yep. It's like, okay, we don't need you here for now. You just hang around, do something with Ricochet lah.
Just be the big show of the company right now lah.
Pretty much. Short C's on Smack, nobody cares.
Come on, welcome to the ball pit. That's my girl, man.
Name me one Short C match that has stood out.
My favorite Shotzi moment is her hosting NXT Halloween Havoc. That's what I remember.
Moment, huh? Not even a match. You can't think of a single match that you're like, whoa, Shotzi's awesome. Because there's no such match.
I couldn't think of a match where I was like, whoa, Shotzi is terrible.
Well, there you go. Bronson Reed stays on Raw, which I mean, he's been sort of being established on Raw, so yeah, it doesn't suit him well to like move back and forth. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I like him where he. Yeah.
Pretty Deadly get the call up to SmackDown.
Oh yes, I'm so happy for Pretty Deadly. They are entertaining as fuck.
They are. I just hope they don't become the jobber team because they're entertaining, but they are, like. Okay.
Let me just put and Christian, less fashion police. That's what I hope.
Yes. No, that's a great way of putting it because I'm very afraid they're going to come out, do their comedy shtick, and then lose matches, and then nobody will take them seriously, and then they become a bunch of jokes.
Poor guys. No, yeah. I don't think so.
Like
hopefully not.
The thing is, if they come into the main roster and you establish them immediately as they are deadly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then at least okay, these are like cerebral, flamboyant, but they can do it in the ring. If they come out comedy act all and then start losing matches, very soon you'll see them on the main event. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Pretty Deadly indeed. Let's hope so. Let's hope they surprise people because I am a fan of them. They are so entertaining.
Otis and Chad Gable talking about joke characters.
Cool guys.
Otis and Chad, like, I kind of don't care.
Isn't Maxine, what do you call it? She's part of Otis right now. She's like always going out in the ring with her.
Yeah.
With him.
So they are trying to tell this whole story where she's trying to pull him away from Chad and make him part of the Maximum Male Models. They're all going to stay on Raw, so I guess they're going to keep up that shenanigans lah.
There is a fun factor to this whole story. Like, I mean, Otis as a model is kind of something that Vince McMahon would write, but it's entertaining shit,
Sure. And I mean, anytime you get to look at Maxine, it's a good time, right? So, okay, fine, sure.
Maxine Dupree. Love her.
Rick Boogs,
Yo.
who has been pretty much just a backstage goofball here and there. Mm-hmm. Like, have you even seen him in a match?
Well, I'm not too sure. I only seen him with Elias a lot.
Right, backstage, right? That's it. They're always in segments, and I still haven't paid attention to what they are. Like, I guess they both play guitar. One electric, one acoustic. Okay, they're friends.
Yeah, but interestingly, it's just him that was drafted. There's no mention of Elias, right?
Yeah, what happened to Elias, huh? Oh no, Elias. Oh boy, free agent, bro. You know what this means?
Oh no, poor guy. So wait, Books. Even though they are kind of a similar gimmick, and I thought they were going to be equals or tag team partners, it's Books that got drafted.
Boogs got drafted to SmackDown, and Elias is going to be the wandering performer, wandering nomad. He'll go to Raw, SmackDown, main event. There you go, poor guy. Hey, what?
Do you remember when it was Heath Slater that got left out? Nobody wanted to draft him.
Yeah. Hey, who? Okay, no, for real though. Like, did he piss somebody off? Because he had a hot start. Remember, he got his own album. He got his own WWE Network special. People were singing along, Walk with Elias, and then just died. Like, completely like, no, we don't want anything to do with Elias anymore. Like, what the hell happened?
Will you say the gimmick is played out?
No, because the few times that he's done it, the crowds have still, like, responded.
Yeah. And he return from an injury. Remember after his Ezekiel whole drama from last year, he took a break and then he came back as Elias.
Yeah, and it still worked, but then he just hasn't been featured on TV.
Maybe.
I think he pissed off somebody. Like one of the writers, he slept with one of the writers' girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
Bro, come on. Bro. I have a better theory, bro. What do you think about this?
What?
When he was in NXT, he didn't do jack shit, remember, as Elias Sampson?
Yeah.
He only became a thing on the main roster. Is this one of the weird scenarios where actually Vince McMahon is a bigger fan of Elias than Triple H is?
Maybe. Hey, actually, that is a very good point, huh? Like, he couldn't make it on NXT, but somehow made it big. Like, we speculated that maybe his gimmick is more suitable for the main roster than a smaller promotion, right? But it could be it because, maybe he's never been in Triple H's good books. And then now that Triple H is in charge, that's why he's not getting a shine. Oh,
there you go, bro.
Okay, we talked about this. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter moved to Raw. Absolutely not ready for it, but okay.
They need numbers. They need numbers in the tag team division, I guess.
I was a fan of Casey Catanzaro because she was very unique, right?
From American Ninja, she was...
when she first came into NXT, I never watched American Ninja, but I know what her story is. And then they put her in this tag team with Kaden, and their whole gimmick was, we're party girls, we rave, we go to rave, yeah, woo. Like, what
I
the?
remember, yeah.
And now they're on, they can't, no.
Hey, funny comment. Something I heard. Wasn't Casey used to date Ricochet?
That's right. And now they're both on Raw. Ooh.
And Ricochet is now dating the announcer girl, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They can
Ex every day at work.
They
Good
can
luck
be
with that.
professional about it. Cameron Grimesy moves to SmackDown. Finally, his turn to shine.
Do you think it's a bit too late?
Okay. The funny thing is, he disappeared for quite a while on NXT, right?
Yeah, like to me, the best time for him to go to the main roster was 2021 when he was doing the $1 million gimmick.
Right.
I thought that was when he was the most over and interesting.
Yeah.
But not now.
Not canon, bro. Remember, NXT not canon. Scully come in a completely different look, shaved head. He's like, some other gimmick.
I hope he grows back his like super scruffy beard and becomes his like old Cameron Grimes.
Like the original Cameron Grimes, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just very quickly mention some of the other draft picks that were announced after Raw. Like we said, Brock Lesnar, free agent.
Yep.
Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross, Johnny Gargano, Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo.
Oh my god, what happened to them? Let them go join LWO lah, for God's sake.
Okay, wait, hang on. All these I'm saying that right now are Raw. They stay on Raw or go to Raw. Akira Tozawa, Piper Niven, Tegan Knox, Xia Li is on Raw now. Riddick Moss and Emma are on Raw. Indushe come to Raw. Oh,
My guys.
he's
my
back.
guy.
He's back.
Veer
is
is
back.
bro.
He's coming, bro. He's coming. Now it will be Veer and a friend. Odyssey Jones, like you mentioned, coming to Raw. So there's your Raw. On SmackDown, Tamina, Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller finally getting that call up.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, like we talked about before, he's a shitty version of Logan Paul's gimmick.
Essentially, I mean, putting him in front of Austin Theory will be interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they can have a thing. Anyway, and the rest are free agents. Baron Corbin, free agent. Poor guy. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Elias and Zion Quinn.
Ooh, Zion Quinn. So coming out from NXT, huh?
Yeah, he definitely has the look. Like, doesn't he look like a handsome fella?
Yeah, good looking guy. I think he got that whole not Pan Asian, like Pacific Islander vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the draft. A lot of it was like people staying put with a few movements. I'm a bit disappointed, not gonna lie, that there wasn't more blockbuster moves. To me, like some of the big ones were Bianca, but then again, we all know how stale Bianca has been. And if you go on social media, you look at like the response whenever there's a Bianca post, right? People are bored of her.
No, here's the thing, right? Like Bianca is played out, but I feel like there's that hidden. If the moment she turns heel, she'll be amazing. So I'm not worried so much.
But she's not going to because
the John Cena scenario, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. My problem is they could have done a lot of incredible things. Why wasn't Braun Breaker drafted to anywhere?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, maybe there's like a third draft happening soon. I don't know. Okay. All this being said, they can do some bullshit, right? Oh, last minute deal or wild card, or they'll come out with some bullshit to pull somebody left, right, and center one.
We figured it out. Remember that time one of the episodes we were trying to figure out what was that stupid rule that they did? It was the wild card
rule. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's surprising, huh? Braun Breaker not getting called up.
And the fact that Grayson Waller got called up over Braun Breaker.
Maybe HBK is like, tolong you take all our best from NXT. I need some established fellas here.
Fuck lah, they should have brought Braun Breaker up instead of like the KT, Kazan, Zaro or all the women's tag team. Bring Braun Breaker, put him on Raw, straight away put him the IC title scene. Him and Gunther. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I guess maybe he's enjoying playing heel. Or maybe, okay, here's the thing, and hear me out on this, right? Maybe he just needs one more year to play a different role. Because let's not forget, the second he debuted on NXT, he was a face, right? So now, Sean's like, all right, now I give you 1 year as a heel. You try something different. We forget NXT is developmental for them to discover their character. If he's played only a face the entire time, like technically he still needs time to play a heel, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Grayson Waller is like he's dripping heel, so he doesn't ever need to go and try to be a face, you know what I mean? He's like, okay, I see your face, you heel already, heel all the way,
unless it means that they have a big future for Braun and they're trying to keep him and make him like as seasoned as possible, then okay, fine, I'll take that.
I think that is what it is, so we don't have to worry too much. Just give him one more year of seasoning as a heel. And he's also one of those, like, you can see him as a main event guy, like The Rock, for example. You can see him as a face and as a heel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there are some characters like The Miz, for the most part, or Jason Waller. It's like you can only see him as one.
Yeah. Even when they try to do the other way around, like, you don't buy into it.
Like some of them have made it possible. Like, The Miz, as an example, he has had a successful face run, but he's naturally a heel. Like
sure.
Charlotte Flair, same thing, right?
Yeah, so. Agreed. Overall, bro, the WWE draft this year, to me, underwhelming.
Same. Underwhelming coming off an already underwhelming past couple of weeks after WrestleMania. It's like the lull continues and...
Yeah, it didn't reinvigorate, like, man, you feel like, oh shit, now I'm excited to see what's happening on Raw or SmackDown.
Which is what I was afraid of. Like, okay, we've hit this lull and then now the draft barely made a blip, so it doesn't make me want to watch Raw next week or SmackDown. I'm just watching out of habit, out of, I have to watch, right?
Okay, objectively, do you think the rosters are well balanced? Or did anyone win out against the other?
No, I would say they're well balanced, and let's face it, they have this stupid free agent thing. So whenever one side is lacking due to injury or whatever, they can just pull, Dolph Ziggler, you come over here. Mas, you come over here. Do a program, So I don't think they're hurting. And that being said, we all know they will bend the rules anytime and outright break the rules anytime they want. Oh, all of a sudden, so-and-so jumps over because insert reason. Can run.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait until see what they do with the titles before I reserve my judgment. So, how are they gonna fix the Raw and Women's SmackDown title being on the opposite shows?
Yeah,
we shall see. And what are they gonna do with the unified tag team titles for both the guys and the girls?
Yeah. Okay, for the Women's Championship, just swap. It's gonna be it, and then they're gonna create another tense moment. They're gonna try to replicate Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, that moment. That's what is going to happen lah. And then so people salivate for Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, but we don't give them that until later, Survivor Series or WrestleMania lah. So that's probably their angle. Okay, so let's move away from draft. I think that everything after Backlash will set the tone, moving forward. So Backlash could be a pivotal, but yet looking at the card, I'm like, okay lah, it's quite like...
Oh, okay. We got to run through it very fast. I just realized it's 1:30.
Yes, 1:30.
Soon.
My bro has a meeting to go to. Okay, Sun One Street Fight. Bad Bunny, who's the host of Backlash, which is in Puerto Rico, by the way. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. I mean, come on, it's got to be Damian Priest, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think the whole point is to give a rub to Damian Priest. And I think Bad Bunny, as weird as it says, Bad Bunny is the one that's going to give a rub to Damian Priest.
I mean, he is the superstar lah, so it makes sense. And unfortunately, the rest of the Judgment Day will probably play a role, which kind of makes Priest look ass, But okay lah, whatever lah, we'll take it lah, huh?
Will anyone come in defense of Bad Bunny, Saint Benito?
Oh, okay lah. So maybe we'll have the whole LWO lah, basically.
Yeah, probably Ray will come in lah, just for this show. This segment will come out in TMZ, so they need all the star power they can get.
Okay lah, so actually now to think about it, right, it's probably Bad Bunny that's going to win. It's going to be a big fight, street fight, LWO versus Judgment Day. There's more people in LWO than Bad Bunny will pick up the win, no?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be fun lah. I think I'm actually looking forward to this match. Not because... Actually, I don't think Bad Bunny is going to impress me in any way. Probably if he gets a nice beating that leaves him bloody, maybe that will impress me lah.
Wow, you are very hard to satisfy, huh? He got to pull off Canadian destroyers or Puerto Rican destroyers.
Bro, to be fair, it's Puerto Rico, bro. They are known for their bloodbaths and their violence.
Okay.
Right, so why not? Go for it.
Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship. Io is not winning. I'm sorry. As much as we all love Io, she deserves better. It's not happening here.
Not yet lah, but maybe Io Sky will have an amazing performance that people will remind. We will remind everyone like, oh shit, remember when Io Shirai was badass?
Yeah. Well, didn't she wrestle a lot with Bianca as well? So at least these two have chemistry, right?
Yeah, they had great NXT matches.
I just hope that they have this match and somehow it causes dissension between Io Sky and Bayley and Dakota Kai because they need to break that group up. Like,
okay,
right? Yeah, Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed, triple threat for the US title.
They already telegraphed the match itself by the way everyone split up, because Bronson Reed is on Raw.
Yeah, but Bobby Lashley's on SmackDown now.
Yeah, but I feel like Bobby doesn't need the US title more than Theory right now.
No.
Bobby, I think, needs to move up to the world title, in my opinion. So
Yeah. So a lot of, by the way, this you will see throughout the entire card. A lot of it is like pretty easy to call, and
Yeah.
none of it is going to be earth-shattering. So I'm going into this with very low expectations. So I better be impressed. You know what I mean?
yeah. For sure.
Seth Franklin Rollins versus Omos.
The most random match ever. Somebody explain to me how this match happened.
Yeah, they tried to explain, but like, no, bro, it still doesn't work. Like,
No.
Yeah, no.
Just no. Like Omar didn't even appear during Seth Rollins' segment this Raw.
Yeah, why? Nobody wants to see this. Nobody cares to see this match. I don't even want to dignify by talking about this match. Let's move on.
Could this be a Vince McMahon? This is one of his Vince McMahon calls, like from remote lah. He's like, whatever you do, I don't care about the rest of the roster. Make sure Omos is heavily featured.
For what? Okay, poor Seth. Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, yeah, Zelina we all love, but it's not happening. Even though it's her hometown, they'll make Rhea a much bigger heel.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Sammy versus Roman Reigns moment lah. I think Zelina will have the best match of her life that she's ever done in WWE. She have a great crowd support, but then she will lose ultimately.
Yeah, she has to. It makes no sense for any other way, right? Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, this is the match I want to watch. I want to see how this plays out. Are they going to have a competitive match? Is it going to be a blowout somehow?
There's no announcement whether this is a non-DQ match, right?
So far it's a normal match, but you don't know. At last minute it can change one.
Yeah. Ever since Cody has come back, right, I think every one of his matches have had stakes or felt compelling. And now that Brock is like a new version, the Undertaker Brock, he could be more vicious than ever. So I would actually welcome a return to that vicious Brock that handles people, and see whether Cody can get the win.
Maybe he'll have the red tete on the other side this time. Fighting against Brock.
He did say, "What, bro? Leave another scar on me, bro." It's a bit kinky lah when he said it like that.
I actually, of all the matches, want to watch this match the most.
For sure.
Just to see how they play it out. Like, is this going to be a long-running feud where Cody almost wins? Does Brock destroy Cody? Because that's very much a possibility for Brock, right?
Yeah, I actually like the fact that somebody gets in Brock's way and starts another feud with Brock, and Cody is clear.
Okay, you know what? This might be a hot take, but I hope Brock decimates Cody. Like, it's not even competitive.
Oh shit! So Brock beats Cody. Cody loses again.
Yeah, and this gives us that Cody redemption arc. That I think that like he got to that highest of high and he didn't make it, and then he's just dropped straight down.
Spiral all the way.
But okay, spiral in the correct way. I'm not saying spiral until he go and lose to freaking Otis or
not spiral until Dolph Ziggler like that lah.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean, right? And then he starts questioning himself, and then blah blah blah, and then he has to build himself back out, and then he has to prove himself at Money in the Bank, and that could be his redemption arc.
I'm not opposed to it, but then where does that leave Brock Lesnar? Like, who's gonna fight Brock Lesnar next? So those are questions you need to have answered, man.
Gunther!
Ooh.
Okay, but that is later.
If Gunther is somehow inserted into this feud, I don't care whatever happens in this feud. But if Brock needs to go after Gunther next.
Hey, question, is it like a lot of the roster is not here? Looking at this list.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Probably the rest take break lah. Only a few people go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, so okay, you all go Puerto Rico, the rest go and chill out a bit. Okay, I guess.
I believe SmackDown is in Puerto Rico as well.
Oh yes. So I mean, there you go, right?
They will still have matches there, yeah.
This main event, I guess. I'm like, I don't know if this is the main event, but it is the main event. Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline.
This will only be interesting if Roman Reigns returns here.
Yeah. To be clear, the Bloodline is Solo Sikoa, Jay, and Jimmy. No Roman Reigns in sight, so I don't know if he will even show up, or is he off taking a break?
I mean, he is technically off taking a break, but I don't know. Maybe because it's a Puerto Rico crowd and it's like outside of US, but still close enough to the US. could Roman Reigns do a surprise appearance at the end of the show to officially like excommunicate the Usos after they lose?
No, I don't think so. I think they are really banking on the Sami Zayn hype train. That's all they're banking on. Sami Zayn versus the Usos. And I'm pretty sure the faces will win here to drive that wedge in between the Usos and Solo Sikoa even more.
Okay, then if that happens, if Usos loses again, and then the last shot is actually Solo walks away from the Usos.
Yeah, something like that, right? Like Solo leaves the Usos. Zayden, I wouldn't say Solo attacks the Usos. I think that's too obvious already. They're still trying to play this quite subtly and slowly, right? They've learned from the past year. Everything just subtle, slowly, week by week by week. Don't full blast one time. So if you're going to turn, slowly turn, right? I think what happens is you're right. Like Solo doesn't make the save. Like, he can, but he's like, screw it, like these losers, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, we shall see. I hope this match is as good as, because the SmackDown match over the weekend, I honestly really enjoyed it. Their WrestleMania rematch. So they still have that magic, man. Sami, Kevin, the Usos have the magic.
Yeah.
So Matt, really good for him lah. He somehow put himself in this situation where he's part of the main event. But it's all about the bloodline, bro, and what's gonna happen next. It's still about them 2 years in.
Okay, very quickly, upon 10, what is your hype level? Chat, let us know as well. Upon 10, what is your hype level? I would put this at a solid 6.5. 6.5, not very solid, but okay, 6.5.
I like that. I would say 7 for me. Couple of things that interest me. I think, to me, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest might surprise a lot of people.
To me, that is the attraction match. It is something like, with a celebrity that has proven himself worthy of being in the ring, right? Like, okay, that to me is an attraction match. It's not like a match that will set the tone for the future.
Yeah, correct. And of course, Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes will be an amazing match regardless of the scenario, knowing the two competitors. And the bloodline. So actually, there are 3 matches that is worth watching for.
Okay, Rhea versus Zelina. I want to see Zelina
take it to the limit.
No, I was just going to say, I want to see Zelina because, Zelina. But no, Zelina in a hometown crowd playing the babyface fighting from below, I think that would be quite interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And, actually some of the matches themselves, I think all of them technically will be good matches.
Yeah, but let's be real. If you didn't watch this live, I think it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
There are some pay-per-views or PLEs that you're like, oh shit, I must watch this, like WrestleMania, right? Like, I gotta watch this live. I don't want anything spoiled. I feel like this one, you watch, you get spoiled, you're like, okay never mind not a big deal.
Wait, is Puerto Rico, is that Backlash, is it Saturday night US or is it Sunday night US and Monday morning for us?
I think, actually, I'm not sure. I think that their time zone's not that far away, right? Okay, Saturday, May 6th. I'm not sure. Does anybody in chat know what time is Backlash? Let me Google this real quick, Schedule for May 6th pre-show commencing at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 Greenwich Mean Time, 10 a.m.
What's the date?
Oh no, so it's still like Sunday morning for us lah.
Oh, so it's Saturday night for them.
May 6th is what?
It's Saturday for us. Tuesday now is 2nd May, 3rd May, 4th May, 5th May. 6th May is Saturday for us.
Yeah, so it's Sunday morning.
Oh, nice. Okay, sounds good. Okay, watch.
Man, I ain't waking up early on a Sunday morning. I'll probably catch it in the afternoon.
You guys don't wake up on Sunday mornings. I wake up weekends. I wake up early here because I'm so happy it's the weekends. Yeah,
bro. I every day wake up at 5. So
that's true. To be fair, we are living different lives, Mr.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. There's your preview of WWE Backlash. We reviewed the draft as well. Talked a little bit about AEW. It feels good to be back doing this, talking about the wrestling, even if the product isn't great. It's always fun to have conversations about it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we miss the listeners as well. I know we were still active on the Discord, but it's nothing like catching up in person and even talking to you, Mr. Young, and catching up on how you've been doing as well.
Absolutely. So, okay, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on this Tuesday afternoon. I know you got lives to get back to, so we always appreciate your time. If you haven't already joined us on Discord, bam, link is right there in the description. Our Patreon link is there too if you want to give us some support, take us to the next level, as it were. But that being said, it's time for us to get out of here and get back to our lives.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so next week when we are back,
Yep.
post Backlash, we'll talk about Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some of the wrestling community as well, they are really gearing up for their shows. I believe SPW, Grapple Max have some shows in May.
Oh,
so hopefully, yeah.
How about Grapple Max and their... Okay, a big shout out to the Grapple Max folks. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it down to the last house party that they
Yes.
had. But the May show is called Settle Outside, which I thought was very funny.
To me, funniest, best title for wrestling show in Singapore ever.
Settle Outside, bro. Okay, but we'll definitely catch up with our local wrestlers at some point, in the next couple of weeks. But till then, as always, it's Mr. Young.
Alex Foreign in the building. Take care.
Let me see you try.